But I grew up in Johannesburg, in a little place called Vredendorp, Vitas, as it is fondly known. The one thing I can boast about is being poor. I grew up in a family home where eight outside families shared one outside toilet. And that's how I grew up my whole life. I came to Cape Town when I was 17 years old. I worked in Pardon Island, and I earned 30 rand a week. And three of my sons are in our businesses, and my daughter's an artist. So she's not in the business itself. As Indians, we have large families and we're family orientated. So a Spur is a restaurant of choice, of enjoyment and taking to and grandchildren, and long may that trend continue as a family business. One can only term it as an institution. So whether you're involved in Spur or not in Spur, you will know Spur. First as a family person with children, and then later on with grandchildren, and so it goes on. So I always knew about Spur, and then an opportunity came about, or rather a need came from a friend who needed to do something, and he wanted to open a restaurant, and I suggested, why don't we get into the Spur family? I like what I see and everything else, and that's where it started off. I haven't touched on the Spur Foundation and how the Spur Foundation has assisted me in the tasks that I do, and it's a phone call. It's a phone call, and in Johannesburg, I am a trustee of a differently enabled children, I want to put it, and it's various schools that we feed on an outing once a year, but we also give free dental care the whole year for all these differently enabled children. And last year I got the Spur Foundation involved, and we had over 2,000 children being fed on an outing with recreation and everything else, and it's fantastic. So there are great and positive things happening. Enough people just don't know about it, and it's like justice. It has got to be seen to be done, and that's the kind of things we must definitely start talking about more than the negative issues. That I hope that in the next 50 years, the people who cannot afford or would not have afforded to have eaten out at a Spur like all previous generations, that in the next 50 years, I sincerely hope that the Spur brand can reach out to those people and make it affordable for those people to continue with this institution, because that's what it really is. It is an institution that life and children and grandchildren can come and have fun in and contented time in.